Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to 2025. I hope everyone had a good Christmas and a good New Year, and I hope that 2025 is going to bring good things to each and every one of you. To start the year off, we are doing what should have been the last video of 2024, but I got slightly caught up with some stuff and had to put it on delay. So this is the 2 EP review for Ameonna, Goddess Rain, and DeadVectors Mauled. So, Ameonna is first. Track 1 for Goddess Rain is called Identity Crisis. It's just over 4 minutes long, and we start off very quickly with the line, "Let me rest in peace." The layered vocals of Alex's kick in as everything is low key at first before it all kind of builds back up with great drum work, great guitar work. Alex sounds like an absolute beast, and it is just overall a very well crafted, well produced track. Great way to start the EP in my opinion. Moving on from that, we have Hollow Idols, which is about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, something like that. The drum beat sounds very old school in this one. The guitar work is gnarly, as you would expect. Alex uses his higher range a little bit more in this song, and there's a little bit more of a use of different techniques from the first song, which Alex has always liked to utilize different ranges in his vocals, different techniques and stuff like that. Even from back in early Chelsea Grin and stuff like that. That's something that I've always liked about him. He doesn't stick to one style of vocal. He can chop and change it up and keep it moving, and keep, as I've said here, keep the song flowing super well as he does so. A great second track for the EP, and it follows on very nicely from Identity Crisis. Then we move on to track 3, which is Last Respects, which is just shy of 4 minutes long. It starts off with an ominous kind of vibe that is bolstered by these deep vocals and lyrics about pretty much losing somebody or dealing with grief and regrets of losing somebody in your life. Particularly the section where it is verse 3 that flows into the chorus, which flows into verse 4. That is my favourite section of the song. I didn't want to pull it out and give it to you guys, because obviously that is a lot of writing, but if you ever get a chance to look it up on Genius, this is one of the few, I think it's one of the 2 out of 5 tracks that they actually had the lyrics for. So I would say go and have a look at verse 3, chorus, and verse 4, that flow. They're particularly poignant. I do believe it is a very much heartfelt track, and I really appreciated the emotion that must have gone into building such a set of lyrics. After this, we have track 4, which is Cut Me, Crave Me, which is 4 minutes exactly. And we start off with the chorus on this one, and it kind of then fades out, well, it's faded out a little bit, sorry. And then also upon further inspection, within the chorus, there's the lines, "Cut me, crave me, taste me, look into my eyes as it enters deep inside me." Now, for somebody with a bit of a dirty brain, this sounds highly sexual. Even though the song seems to be talking about plunging a knife into someone, killing them off, sacrificing them, whatever the fuck it is, it just sounded very innuendous. The drums here on this song though are great. There is a point where it kind of all seems to devolve into madness slightly, and then comes back into the way that the track was flowing normally. It fits super fucking well, and I really enjoyed it. From there, we have the final track of this EP, which is Save Me From Hell, which is just over 3.5 minutes long. The final track starts with these strained vocal takes from Alex that almost kind of sound like a tortured soul in hell. Like, that is the best way I described it. But smoothly, he moves into his regular vocals, which are just great. The drums are pounding in this one, and the guitar work is super clear. It's a very solid track. I kind of got lost and caught up in it, but I have heard it before. There's a lot that I like about the song. It flows well. Like I said, the guitar work and the drum work is stellar. Alex's vocals, it's just, as I said in the last time I reviewed an Ameonna EP, it's just nice to have Alex Kohler back in the music scene, and I've been watching his Twitch streams and stuff as well. He seems to be pretty happy about being back and doing what he likes to do. So yeah, I'm hoping to see some more great stuff come from them soon. I do believe they are working on either a third EP or a first album, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm excited to see what comes. Apologies. Moving on from there, we have DeadVectors Mauled EP. All of the songs on here, apart from one, are like a minute and a bit. I shit you not. So like here, track 1, From the Shadows of Hell, 1 minute 53. The song is short and slightly chaotic. The vocals are deep and gravelly. The drums sound very raw. Like, and when I say raw, there's like tings and dings, and it almost sounds like they're hitting a drum, like a metal drum. The guitars stand out very well on this track, though, for me, and it was kind of over before I got into it. Track 2, They Grow Beyond the Scale of Man, is 2 minutes exactly, and this keeps that frantic style of playing. It just seems to stick around for everything, really. I think there's more vocal techniques that get to shine through in this one, though, and the drums are sounding a little less raw and a little less metal buckety. But other than that, they still pound heavily. They still are really going to town on their instruments, and yeah. Track 3 is Violent Deceivers. This is 1.5 minutes exactly. This feels even more frantic, being only 1.5 minutes, and the drums are super fast, the guitars chug, and the vocals are doing their thing, and then as soon as it feels like it's getting into a rhythm, it's over. That's my only problem with these songs being so short. Nothing really seems to get the time to develop and evolve. From there, we have Run If You Think You Can Delay the Pain, which is 1.5 minutes again, pretty much. This is a little less frantic than the prior songs, and it's feeling a bit different from the start. It grows, but keeps a fair pace compared to the other tracks, which are like more frantic and frenetic and feel like they need to be done and over to stick within a certain time period. This one kind of allows things to breathe a little bit. Like I said, the vocals get a chance to kind of like slow down and stand out. The drum work slows down and stands out a bit better. The guitars are standing out and actually getting a chance to come through, and it felt a little bit more like a song in the works and less like a jam session that was recorded and put out. That's not like a slight on the other songs, that's just kind of the vibe that I got from them. And from there we have track 5, We Bleed, again, just shy of 1.5 minutes. This is like 1:28, I think. The more relaxed vibe stays here, but with a slightly quicker pace to it. A lot of the time, the drums and the guitars are kind of getting to show what they can do on this track, which I quite enjoyed. whilst the vocalist still gets to do their thing, but the kind of like vocal sections are a bit more spaced out and chopped up. So there really is that time like where the guitars and drums are just shining a little bit better than the vocals are compared to other songs. Moving on from there, we have track 6. It's called They've Conquered Us, They'll Conquer All. It's 1 minute and 17. Super short song, very frantic pace that comes back. Honestly, not much different to say about the other songs. It kind of was over before it started, in my opinion. And then finally, we have track 7, Mauled, 1 minute 42. The Chugs kick us off with a deep Mauled vocal take, like they just say Mauled. Drums kind of tap away as the vocals are interjected here and there in a short burn track where it kind of feels like it's leading up to maybe something, but then it kind of quite doesn't again. I might be reading too much into it, but I do believe I saw this album, or this EP came out on the 1st of April, so I don't know if the short songs and like frantic pacing and like almost cucking you with not really delivering a full song and making it feel like they're leading up to something when they quite don't was an April Fool's joke, or if that's just me being hopeful. This was the first time I've listened to DeadVectors. I probably will check them out again just to see if they have a bit more to offer. But with that, it hasn't quite grabbed my attention fully. Like, each song quite just about gets you to where you want to go with a good song, and then just takes it away at the last second, which I kind of hate. But we'll see. I'll give them another chance, and hopefully I can find an EP which actually has, like, you know, 2 or 3 minute songs, or a little bit longer, where there's a bit more chance for breathing room, shining, a bit more, you know, a bit more of everything. But with that being said, that is the 2-episode review. And the next time I will see you will be for the album review of Cobbermouth's self-titled. So with that being said, there's only one thing left to say, and that is goodbye, my friends, and stay safe out there.